Good early morning, everybody. Marcus C. Williams here. And I gotta be honest, um, I'm pissed. I really, really am. Um, there's just been so much going on lately. And it's like people don't see what's going on. And it's bothersome. People are carrying on like everything's normal, everything's all right. They're getting ready to send us into World War III. Everything's fine, everything's all right. Everything is not fine. Everything is not all right. They're out here. We've got all of these fires. We've got chemical spills all over the country. We've got even a fire at a uranium plant where they build nuclear weapons. And everything is fine. Everything is all right. At least this is the way in which everybody is going along, living their daily lives as if everything is fine, everything is all right, and it is beyond me. We've got food shortage issues. We've got food cost issues. Inflation is through the roof. We've got them trying to teach your children in school that boys don't have to be boys and girls don't have to be girls. They're out there teaching your children that it's okay to identify as absolutely no gender. It doesn't make any sense. Not any sense at all. I am very perturbed, like pissed is a generous way of me describing it. I am absolutely livid, but not because everything else is going on in the world, right? Like we could sit here and I could list all of the craziness that's going on in the world, but that we know that it's going on and still somehow not enough people stand up. I'm fit to be tired that not enough people are standing up against these horrible things that are going on in not only locally but in the world. We've got communists and socialists, and they're all Marxists, talking about, oh, they're socialists and Marxists and communists freely in our country. And then they'll tell you, oh, well, we're democratic socialists. Bullshit. It's American Marxism. Okay? And let's be real about what it is. The goal of Marxism is to destroy American society and replace it with communism. Okay? The goal of socialism is to replace the government that is current with communism. That's what socialism is for. They don't want you to have any private property. They don't want you to be able to feed yourself. They don't want you to be able to go and forage for your own food or drink your own water. That's why they're continuing to poison the environment. We've got all of these issues with the environment going on that they're not even talking about. Don't get me started on how in East Palestine, Ohio, they done buried these freaking tanker trucks tanker cars underneath the ground so that they can clear the rest of the stuff out of the way. It's insane, right? And it's not the vinyl chloride, it's their tanks of these lubricants, these oils, and they're just going to seep into the environment for longer than we're all alive and poison the environment. Now, this is one of the places, like the area in which the water touches, it covers 10% of the population of the US. It's like something like 20-30% of food is grown in that area where the water goes into. So these are serious issues, right? But it's not just that, it's to defund the police. It's to strip citizens of their Second Amendment rights. All of these things are going on, and people are not standing up. You'll say, well, Marcus, some of us are standing up. Yes, some of us are standing up, but not remotely in the numbers that we need to do anything. And you'll say, well, Marcus, what's really going on? What's got you so bothered? I'll tell you what's got me bothered. What's got me bothered is the fact that you can't post anything online of substance or anything that goes against what the online horrible people want you to say. Okay, you can't say, You can't say that we're marching very fastly to a Nazi style society, because that's where we're going, and then they'll say, oh, well, our technology flagged you. Your technology flagged me? Your technology has no sense of vernacular. It has no sense of where people come from and what the cultures are in their area. Your technology is flagging people to take their stuff down and then ban them. And then the technology is the same thing that makes the decision on an appeal. That doesn't sound right. There's no justice there. And then you'll say, well, Marcus, it's a private company. Is it? Is it a private company when when they're funneling money into our elections in favor of one party? Is it? We've got people that are in power now that only care about themselves. And this goes for Democrats and Republicans. Because at the end of the day, the people at the top, okay, are all cousins. They're married into the same families. They have the same bankers. Everything is the same. Okay. And these people are trying to force you into subjugation so that they can remain in power. And I really believe what bothers me so bad, right, is most of these people that are the faces of power that we see in general, a lot of them, when the stuff goes down, won't even be the ones in power. We've got them allowing Ukrainian soldiers, and they're neo-Nazis. They're Nazis. Can't nobody tell me different, because I know that they are. Okay, because this was an issue since before the Ukraine-Russian conflict began. Okay, they're Nazis. Okay, a couple weeks ago, what's his name, Zelensky, shut down all of the churches and started rounding up and persecuting criminals, persecuting the parishioners, as criminals. So he's over there persecuting Christians, and we're giving him more money and more weapons. Are you outside of your mind? In the meantime, everything in our country is falling apart. Apparently, the infrastructure is falling apart, if that's not sabotage. You guys know how I feel about it. I'm sure and fairly confident that it's not only enemy action, it's enemy action by both the elites and by others as well. But all of it serves the purpose of benefiting the elites, not us, which is a problem, because it's always the people at the top. The people, they'll say, oh, well, Marcus, the corporations are the ones who really run stuff. No, it's the people who run the corporations who run the stuff. And then you'll say, well, who is it that's really orchestrating all of this stuff? Same people that have always been orchestrating all of this stuff. The blue bloods, the high sedity, upper echelon, upper crust, the old money, the people that can trace their lineage back to the kings and queens in Europe. All these people, And you'll say, Marcus, well, what about the people at the World Economic Forum and the Bilderbergs and the Illuminati and all of them? All of them. It's the same. It's not different. It's little segmented groups, but the whole end concept and the whole goal is to round us all up, kill off as many of us as they can, depopulate the planet so it's easier for them to stay in power. And they don't need you anymore, because now they got machines and AI. So they'll get machines and AI to do all the jobs and all of the everything. And again, this is why I'm pissed, because people see that this stuff is happening and going on, and they refuse to stand up. Hell, people refuse to vote different. That's a big problem. Like, people even like, if refusing to vote different wasn't a big enough problem, we got people that don't come out and vote at all. Don't vote at all. And you'll say, well, Marcus, the election's rigged, this, that, and the third. Well, the shit. Hasn't it always been, right? But the concept is that we still have to go out and vote anyway, because the less people that vote, the easier it is to manipulate the tabulation of the votes. So we need to come out in numbers. And when people sit at home and they don't come out and vote, that is a very serious problem. You are making us lose all ability that we might possibly be able to get to do something, or to move forward, or to even change just a little bit. And you'll say, well, Marcus, if everything's so terrible, what can be done? Honestly, the stuff's already hit the fan. Okay? Everything is in a downward spiral and a tizzy, and we're on the express cart train all the way down, and that's where we're going, and there's no stopping it. But what can be done is we can slow it down. We can do our best to push back, and we can frustrate all of their ability to subjugate us as much as possible. But y'all out there just letting people subjugate you and get you to do stuff with mandates that are not even law, unlawful, extrajudicial bull jive, unconstitutional. It's not even in the, it's against the state constitution, even in most of the states. The stuff that's been done over the last 2-3 years, and nobody will stand up. Half the pastors won't even say, that's a lie. I'm saying half the pastors, right? It's more like 80-90% of the pastors wouldn't even stand up and say anything about what's going on. But you're sitting your ass at home talking about, I don't vote because nothing's going to change. You're sitting your ass at home because, I don't know about which candidate to vote for. Go figure it out. Figure it out. And at all least, don't vote for the same damn people that keep getting in office. And don't vote for the damn socialists or the communists or the democratic socialists or whatever they want to call themselves. Okay. And also, honestly, stop voting Democrat. And it's not because the Democrats are bad, right? Even though that's a whole separate conversation. It's really the structure of the leadership at the top of the Democratic Party, which is bad, which I say that the leadership at the top of the Republican Party is bad too. That's a whole nother conversation. But because again, they're all elites at the top. They're all together. They're all together at the very top. But it's at the local level where we can make a difference. It's at the school board elections where we can make a difference. It's at the county races that we can make a difference. It's at your town council, your city council that you can make a difference. It's your town supervisor that you can make a difference. If we can get enough people out to vote, we can start pushing back against some of this stuff. You look at certain counties, and even in New York State where I live, certain counties didn't do any of these mandates. They didn't do these shutdowns. They didn't do all this stuff that ruined the economy in my city and in so many other cities, and realistically, the majority of the state. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you actually start to stand up and push back, you can gain ground. And realistically, you can stop the advance. But people aren't willing to do that. And that's what I try to encourage people to do. Get out, get active, participate, get on, go see how you can join your local political committee if you're a registered party, right? If you're a Democrat or a Republican, you need to go get on the Democrat or Republican committee in your area, whether it's your town committee, whether it's your ledge committee. You need to find out. Reach out to your county committee. There's usually always a county committee for either one of those apparati. And you can figure out where you need to be at. Okay. So that you can start having a voice in real parts of politics that matter, the choosing and the selection of different politicians. Okay. Before they even get on the ballot, so that you can know who you're going to look to vote for. It's a problem when people don't get out and vote. It's a problem. And this is what the elites are counting on, that the people on top that are really fighting to eliminate 85% of the population, because they don't even need us, because they don't want you. They never wanted you. You were a convenience and at worst, a mild irritant of existing. And now they got machines and everything to take your jobs and everything, the AI and the computers. And if you're like, oh, Marcus, I don't think that's true. You can think whatever you want. I'm not going to sit here and lead you astray. This stuff is going on. And all you got to do is open your eyes and see what the hell's going on. And it's going to happen faster and faster and faster, especially with everybody not wanting to be out there working and putting back into the government, into the social systems that we have that are already set up. And, I got personal feelings about that, but that's the way that stuff is structured. If people aren't working, everything collapses. That's what we're seeing, the issues with Social Security now, because the baby boomers fucked everything up for everybody. They did. They jacked everything up. They're the ones that made all the laws. They're the ones that taught all these kids that they can be all soft and pansy and all of this nonsense, which is destroying our nation and has put us in this predicament where we got a weak nation because we got weak people. You can't even say something without offending somebody. It's a very, very serious problem, and I'm pissed. And I don't know how you're not either. Okay, we need to be calling our friends. We need to be getting our friends together, gathering our friends, seeing how we can get together, work in a political fashion to get some better candidates elected. If you don't like what's going on with the crime, fucking stop voting Democrat, vote Republican. Okay? Because it's the Democrats that are passing these pro-criminal laws of releasing all the criminals on the street. Okay? It's out of control. That's a fact. I'm not talking about anybody, but those are the groups that are doing it. You know, and it's not all Democrats, right? But it's a vast majority of them that are in office that are doing it. And what's worse is there are those that are in office that know it's not right and they see that it's wrong and it's harming, but they will not speak up. You got to speak up. If you're a good, solid Democrat, you got to speak up against this nonsense publicly. No, we're not doing that. That shit's crazy. It's destroying our communities. If you don't speak up, nothing's going to be done. We got Republicans that'll speak up, okay, which is fantastic. We've got Republicans that'll even challenge a Republican system. But where are the Democrats that are doing that? You guys have been infiltrated by the socialists and the Democratic socialists, whatever the hell they want to call themselves this Tuesday, okay, the Marxists, the Maoists, the fucking Stalinists, the goddamn communists, all of it. Why are there no Democrats standing up against these crackheads? For real. Like, they are destroying our nation. They're destroying our kids. And they want to tell your kid to be what you call it? Alphabet. Okay? Alphabet. Which the whole new thing is not even alphabet, right? It's androgyny. They want you to be androgynous. Okay? And now I've seen like some gay people are starting to speak up and push back against this because they're realizing, they're like, hey, if nobody has a gender, then we can't be gay. And our identity as a homosexual, somebody that likes the same gender, is erased. You're damn right. That's what the goal is. The goal is so that nobody knows anything about anything and they don't know who they are, because when you're like that, you're more easy to be able to be manipulated. That's why they're trying to teach this stuff in schools when their kids are little. This is what's going on, and you can't say that this stuff isn't happening. This stuff is happening everywhere. You know, they got it where now your kids in many of the schools, especially in urban areas like in Rochester, like y'all don't even got straight normal grades anymore. You don't know anything. These kids aren't graduating with proficiency in anything. And then they got to go out into society. So now it creates more crime. And if they really wanted to do something about crime, they could. If they really wanted to do something about the education system, they could, but they don't want to do anything about it. Everybody that's in there really just wants to go along to get along. And that's a whole nother problem, because they're being useful idiots by the people, the elites that are at the top, that are manipulating everybody and pulling everything down. Because at the end of the day, the goal is control and population decline, specifically to the point that they can have more control. This is the game that's being played. Why do you think they're poisoning the environment and none of these goddamn green people are talking about it? Where's Ocasio-Cortez? Where is she? Okay, putting on her little dragon lady dress today. Okay, she ain't said one thing about East Palestine yet. She ain't said one thing about the nitric acid, nitric gas. Okay, in Houston, they ain't said nothing about the fires in these plants that are destroying. Man, listen, don't even get me started, because I'm already pissed, right? And what's more so upsetting is that so many of you guys out there are not standing up and are not speaking up. I'm only one person. I can only do my best to encourage you to stand up and do more and push back in this fight. There is so much going on right now. Do you know that they're stealing the Dutch farmers' farms in the Netherlands? They're taking their farms. 30,000 farms are being confiscated in the Netherlands under the guise of, well, I can't say this because they'll tell me, they'll try to get rid of me, of temperature adjustments. We'll say it like that. You know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay? Because we got to get rid of the farm so that we can fix the temperature, allegedly. So they're making it difficult for food. England is back to rationing food. Okay? Which doesn't even go into talking about how they're trying to enforce all of these no movement situations through scanning your identity through different QR codes or facial scans or biometrics and all of this jazz. Where are you at? Why won't you fight back? Why won't you push back? You feel comfortable? None of this is comfortable. Everything is going insane, right? And I feel like I'm pushing back against this myself. I know I'm not pushing back against this myself. And I try to be reasonable and level-headed when I present things to people and stuff like that. But shit is really out of control. All the way, way, completely out of control. And it's going to get way worse if more people don't stand up and start pushing back. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm not about to sit here and sell you a dream. It's going to happen anyway. But what we can do is we can soften the blow and the impact of what is being done to us. Why won't you stand up? What will it take for you to push back? It's already almost too late to do anything. You got to start fighting and pushing back now. For real. Like I said, they're getting rid of the farms in the Netherlands. They're already doing it in other countries. They're poisoning the environment here. Why? So you can't feed yourself. Then they want to tell you to eat bugs, right? And push veganism on you, which is a whole nother crock of crap. Don't even get me started, because the stuff that they're trying to feed you is genetically modified, DNA changed, all types of stuff that they're trying to get in and done now. But people won't stand up. And it's so irritating. It's so bothersome. I still see people out here running around in masks. And if you're a mask hole, I'm talking to you. Okay, you are the damn problem. Okay, and I don't care about how anybody feels about it. Okay, because at some point in life, I will die. So if I don't speak up on the shit that's going on and going crazy now, I won't ever have a chance to. Like everybody's going to die sometime, and eventually you will die too. And you don't want to be in the grave dead when you should have said something and spoke up when you had the chance to do something. Damn it, man. People have to get it together. We are in the fall of our American society right now. And it's like everybody's going along with their daily lives like everything is okay. It's not okay. Everything is tits up. The government is continuing to pass laws to empower themselves and to disempower you as American citizens. Matter of fact, speaking of government doing crazy stuff, the state assembly for New York State just voted the other day that they don't even have to come into work. They can vote through proxy. And they gave themselves a raise. What the flying fuzz knuckles is going on here? How is this okay? How are people letting this happen? How are y'all just letting this shit go on? Then when you do find out, because you might not always know, but then when you do find out, nobody says anything. Nobody does anything. Sometimes you'll sit in your houses and you'll complain. Sometimes you'll go to your friends and you'll complain. But where is the organization? Okay, these Marxist, communist ass people are organizing against us to overthrow our government, and they've incepted themselves into everything already, into the green stuff, into the public utility stuff, into the environment stuff, which they don't even give a damn about the environment. I'm an environmental conservationist. Don't even get me started. Okay, all of this stuff is very serious, and people are not addressing it. I see you there, Sean. What's up, brother? It's just extremely troublesome that people aren't standing up and pushing back. You've got to. We are losing everything. They just destroyed legitimately the food supply, and then they're going to feed it to you anyway. Anyway, you're going to eat this shit. Seriously, wake up. Come on. What's it going to take? Seeing troops march down the streets? What the hell? At what point do you start standing up and start pushing back? When it's too late already? No, it must be now. You must gather together with your friends. You must gather together with your fucking foes. And at this point, we need everybody to come together and start pushing back against this stuff, or it will be too late forever, eternity. For real. I appreciate you, Sean. It's out of control. It's going completely out of control. Right now, everything is going out of control. You're going to have to gather all your friends, your family, and everybody together. This year is an election season. Everybody that you know needs to get out and vote. If people ain't registered to vote, you need to get them to register to vote. And you got to get them to vote different. They can't keep voting for these same people that's in there. We are on the precipice of the dissolution of our nation. They've got enemy nations in here training. Good evening, April. I see you there. They've got enemy nations in here training armies in our country. They got Ukraine in our country training armies on our stuff, on our military equipment. Is this out of control or what? They got the UN trying to disarm everybody. They just had the UN pass a resolution so that everybody's going to have to use those health pass visas, the vaccine passports, okay? That everybody's going to have to use those. This is serious, man. This is so super serious. And again, I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to stop this, but we can slow it down. We can stifle their movement. We can frustrate their plans if more people will stand up and push back. They're not poisoning the environment for no reason. They don't want you to be able to provide for yourself. They don't want you to be able to do for yourself. That's why they're shutting down all the farms. That's why they're pricing the farmers out of existence. That's why they're out here killing off the chickens, preventing chickens from being able to breed, burning down the second largest chicken farm with over 10,000 chickens in the bad boy. And that might have been 100,000, but it was a ton of them. You understand what I'm saying? You got to wake up and pay attention. If you're not paying attention, you're asleep. Okay, so many people out here claiming woke, and they damn near, they got the skills on their eyes like Peter, okay? Or was it Paul? I don't even know. I'm just so pissed off, I can't even remember. If you remember who it is, you just drop it, okay? And it's out of control. Absolutely out of control, okay? Out of control. We got so much going on right now, and people are not paying attention. Look at the food prices raising, people. Look at the chemicals. Go. I'm trying to see if I got any food labels here. I don't have any in my immediate vicinity to just show you the shit that's in the food that they're trying to feed you. All of these fake oils, okay? Canola oil, sunflower oil, all these other hydrogenated oils, high fructose corn syrup. They are killing you intentionally, messing up your metabolism, messing up your ability to continue to function in a cognitively clear way, making you more lethargic so that you're not able to push back. Then they try to get you to put all this Java juice inside your body, talking about, oh, get this shot, get that shot, and all of these other shots. Okay? It's out of control, and people need to stand up now. We do not have much time left. I don't know why everybody's like, everything's okay. We've got till next year. We've got till next year. What the fuck has happened in the last 5-10 next years? What has already happened? Look at what's happened in the last 3 years. How much stuff we've lost. Look at the gas prices. Look at the oil prices. Look at your electricity prices. Look at your insurance prices. Okay? What years do we have left? What time is there that's left? Let's be honest. Shit is getting out of hand very, very rapidly. Okay? And it's all to subjugate all the people. You're going to need to get together with your friends, family, enemies, fucking everybody, because we got to push back against this nonsense that's being thrust upon us. It's not just one person. It's not just one group of people. It's all the people. Let me give you a great example. I'll give you a great example. Okay? When all of the oil prices went out of control, right? What else prices went out of control? Other fuel prices went out of control. Butane, propane, okay? All of these other things that are used to heat and cook food with, right? Kerosene, okay? All of these other things went out of control. Now, who does that mostly affect? That mostly affects red country. I call red country the rural and suburban Republicans, okay? And the poor whites, okay? And it affects the urban centers that have been continuously left, what's the words that I can use? I'm so pissed off I can't even think of the right words that I want to use. Basically, the black people in the cities and the Hispanics that live in the lower, more impoverished neighborhoods. All of us use that type of fuel. We use fuel out in the country, or in the cities, we use natural gas. All of those prices went up outrageous. All of them went outrageous. Why? Because they're coming after us and they're coming after them. But nobody wants to think about that because we want to get everybody on race. Oh, everything is racist. Everything is not racist. They're using that as a way to erase our history as a nation. And they don't ever talk about black excellence. Okay, they only talk about how blacks are oppressed. They don't talk about all the great accomplishments that we've made in spite of all of the tumultuousness that's been out there that we've had to overcome. Are we serious with ourselves? Everything is racist. We're the most racist nation in the world. Fuck out of here, okay? Ukraine don't like black people. Ukraine don't even like gay people. Come on. They just made it. so that gay people can get married in Ukraine. You can look this shit up. Like they just did it like a couple weeks ago, maybe a month or two. Okay. And they still over there torturing gay people. And now they torturing Christians too. Y'all need to wake the fuck up. Wake up. Okay. We got too much at stake. We are literally on the precipice of the collapse of society. Forget just America. This is the collapse of society. We have a serious population crisis that's going on right now. Okay. People are just not having enough kids. And what they tell you on the TV, Chuck Schumer, kill your babies. Joe Biden, kill your babies. Everybody, all the other top level Democrats, kill your babies. Then they got the nerve to get on the TV talking about, oh, we're not having enough kids, so we got to naturalize these illegal immigrants. Seriously? You just told them to kill their babies. Now you talking about that we got to naturalize the illegal immigrants because we ain't having enough babies. Are you fucking dumb listening to these people? Wake up. And ain't nobody else going to tell you what it is or how it really is or what the fuck really is going on. And they're going to talk to you real sweet and they're going to sprinkle sugar in your ear. I'm not about to do that. Shit is too far gone. Soon I'm going to have to stop talking about this shit. That's how serious it is. Soon I'll have to stop talking about this. I get deplatformed all the damn time for telling the fucking truth. They took one of my videos down the other day talking about, I'm talking about medical misinformation. I didn't even say nothing about medical information on the shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like we are risking everything right now, not pushing back against this nonsense. Everything. What'd you say, April? They're going to try to pit the races against each other and they keep stoking the flame of race. That's it. But they've also got us separated by gender. Now they got us separated by gender identity, which isn't even a fucking real thing, which don't even get me started on that. Okay? That's a fucking mental problem. You need some help. You need some counseling. Okay? You need a fucking hug. That's what you need. You need somebody to tell you that you should not have a problem with your body that you were born with. That's what you need. Okay? That's what's going on. And they continue to perpetuate this because as long as they can sow destabilization, they can more so control us. They can more so round us up. They can more so keep us on a reservation as they continue to do harm to our greater whole and the greater collective. And it's being pushed by the fourth estate, which is the news media. Okay? You got the news media up there being mouthpieces talking about crazy stuff. I'll give you a great example right now. They're like, oh, DeSantis is trying to get rid of them teaching Black history. No, he's not. No, he's not. They already have Black history in schools, okay? He just doesn't want them teaching them these ridiculous courses that they got where they're talking about, oh, it's Black history. First of all, it's not Black history. They're talking about it's African-American studies, which is another bullshit-ass term, but we ain't got time to get into that tonight, okay? Because we're not from Africa. We're from America. We've been disenfranchised of our Americanness, and they've taken away our heritage because we are American Indian. We are not fucking from Africa, which is a whole nother conversation. But again, when you control the history books, when you control the schools, when you control the education system, that's why we can't see anything about giants in America. All the other countries in the world know that there are fucking giants. America knew that there were giants up until the Rockefellers and the damn Smithsonian Institute try to fucking erase the fact that there are giants in the world. Okay? We got all the bones. All the bones. We got presidents. Abraham Lincoln talked about that stuff at length. We got all types of other presidents. You can go online right now. You can go down to Mexico. You can see the damn giant bones. Okay? You can go down to other parts of South America, Central America, and see the damn giant bones. But in America, you can't even talk about that. And then people, idiots, will tell you that you're crazy for talking about giants when we got proof literally all across the world that there are giants. And we're the only ones in westernized society that don't talk about it. So how much more so that Black people aren't from fucking Africa? We're from America. We are American Indian because they erased the damn history. But when they erase your history, which is what's happening now, when they erase your identity, which is what's happening now, you do not know who you are. You do not know what you have claim to. You cannot even understand who you are as yourself. And when you are like that, you are more easily to be able to be manipulated. And that's exactly where they want you. They want you jacked up in the mind. Why you think that they're making all of these drugs legal? They're not making it legal to help people. They're like, oh, well, social justice. Anybody that tells you something about social justice, you slap them in the fucking mouth. Pop them right in the mouth. Pow! That's what you do. Okay? Because they about to tell you a damn lie. Okay? Anybody talk about equity? Was it equity? What? It's die, right? It spells die. Diversity, inclusion, and equity. You pop their ass in the damn mouth, okay? Because they about to tell you some damn lies. Okay, they about to sell you some nonsense. Okay, this is not for black people. This is not for equity, inclusion, or diversity, which whatever the fuck that means this day of the week, right? Because they keep wanting to change it, whatever that means, every other week. So you can't. So again, this is erasing it. So you can gotta stay on your feet constantly moving. So you can't pay attention. You can't think about what's actually going on. This is how they get you. This is intentional. All of this is intentional. And again, like I said, at some point, I'm going to have to start talking about the normal stuff, the small things that I talk about because of the way that the system is being set up. And y'all need to wake the fuck up now. And then people will be like, oh, well, Marcus, you curse too much. Fuck you. The world is literally ending. They are coming for everybody's ass. Okay? Pray for the children and the future. For real. If you don't know Jesus or if you don't know the Lord, you need to find Jesus or the Lord real fucking quick, okay? Because that's the only way you're going to really have any wherewithal to continue to fight forward because you're going to feel that you have some sort of an attachment that is beyond your own self, which is what they're trying to eliminate, which is why they're trying to eliminate Christianity. It's out of control. What'd you say, Sean? Is the police accountability board still a thing? Yes, they are, which is a whole nother problem. Don't even get me started on them and their nonsense, chicanery. I can't right now. I'm on a whole nother level. We passed that. We way high level tonight. Okay. So let's talk about China. Let's talk about Brazil. Let's talk about Russia. Let's talk about Iran and how they're trying to work to destabilize the American currency. Okay, not that I'm mad at them because America's working on destabilizing the American currency so that they can push for the digital dollar and they can have you have all of your money on a digital scan code on your phone because it'll just be digitalized somewhere. And then if you say, oh, sir, please give me another bowl of gruel. Please, sir, can I have some more? No soup for you. Okay? And they just shut off your whole account because you stood up and said something to the government that the government decided that they didn't like that Thursday. Come on now. We already saw it happen in Canada. Okay? Listen, don't get me started on the internment camps that we have. And you'll be like, oh, well, Marcus, there aren't any internment camps. Bull fucking shit. We saw what happened in New Zealand where they were snatching people out of their houses, putting them in internment camps, separating their children from the parents and stuff like that. We saw it happen in Australia. Okay, where they were snatching Aborigines off their land, where they were snatching other white people all out their houses, and anybody that had stood up to protest, they was coming to snatch your ass out of your house and put you in a damn internment camp. We got them built here in America right now. Okay, it's just a matter of time. That's why they keep trying to take away your guns. This isn't to protect children. They don't give a fuck about the children. All of these people at the top are pedophiles and using the kids to basically they're vampires. They use their blood and their genes to basically extend their life force and their youth. You know, if you've ever heard of adrenochrome, that's kind of something that's in that vein, okay, in which they do. That's why we got all these missing children, okay? Listen, don't get me started. Don't even get me started. This shit is really real, and everybody's out here acting like stuff's not going on and stuff's not out of control. Everything is fucking out of control. Everything is out of control. Every single thing. Okay? They're monitoring what you eat. They're monitoring when you sleep. They're monitoring what you're saying. They're monitoring where you go. Okay? They're monitoring how your pulse is. They're monitoring everything. They done made it so that the teachers that didn't get vaccinated in New York City, they done sent the teachers that didn't get vaccinated fingerprints FBI so that they can get on the FBI fucking watch list. Come on now. What's it going to take for y'all to wake up out there? We are in peril, and there is no stopping this. All we can do is work to stand up and unite together to push back and frustrate their plans so that we can slow down what the fuck is being done to us and pray that the fucking Lord comes back or fucking aliens or fucking, I don't know, AI, who knows what the hell, okay? But ain't nothing gonna stop until we work harder to get something done. It's up to us. There is nobody else. Nobody is coming to save us. Jesus is not coming out of the sky to save us, okay? And if you're like, well, Marcus, but I believe. Well, read your fucking Bible. Have you read Revelations? Revelations. Have you read it? Have you read it? Because that shit sure definitely says that it's thousands of years of fucking suffering. Okay? Are you serious? You need to read that shit. Okay? If you are a believer and you do believe New Testament stuff, I'm more of an Old Testament person myself. But that if you read that, you need to read that. Actually read it. Okay? Because Revelations is not a short period of time. That shit is thousands of years. Shit. You guys, we cannot afford to let go of what we have right now. We need to stand up and push back. If we do not push back right now, everything is lost. Okay, we got these elections coming up. Okay, we got county elections coming up where I am. We got school board elections coming up where I am, and probably where you are. It's not too late to try to run yourself. Okay, you got a couple more days left to try to run yourself. Petitioning don't start till the 28th if you want to run for a position, or if there's somebody running in a position that you got that's in your area right now, and they a decent person, you help them win, whatever the case is, or whatever. But we are in serious peril. We need everybody out this year that don't come out to vote to come out and vote, so we can get some of these crazy crackpots out of the damn government, so that we can help to fend off and push back against this stuff. Let me see. April said something. Don't forget the medical codes that show up when you're unjabbed. Yeah, I just said that. I was talking about specifically. She's talking about like what I said with the watch list for the teachers that are unvaccinated, that they have that for normal people too. They do have that for regular people too. And then that goes into the whole medical processing and medical identification stuff that's going on, that's out there, that where they want to know your whole medical records and everything, even though we have HIPAA, which you're not supposed to do that, all of this other stuff, but they're going to push it. Speaking of which, let's jump into this conversation because we kind of skirted past this. I've mentioned it briefly, but we talked about the UN and the vax passes, but we didn't get a chance to talk about how Biden the other day signed a bill with the freaking World Health Organization, which is funded by Bill Gates and China, are two of the top 3 donors to the World Health Organization. Because, you know, those groups, the Chinese, the CCP, and Bill Gates got the best interests of all of you low plebeians and what do they call us, the unwashed masses, at the top of their agenda. They just want to make sure that you're all so okay, and they're going to help you, and they're going to give you free nice stuff, and they're going to take care of you because they care. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about me. They don't give a fuck about nobody but themselves. Listen, I almost said Obama. Got me up here like KJP. Oh, she said President Obama when she meant to say President Biden. That was funny. But really, because the thing is, who's really running stuff? Now that Biden signed that declaration with the World Health Organization, that means that if they say that there's any type of an issue with a medical or health, a possible issue, that the World Health Organization can take over. Here's the scary part. That also goes with food, okay? That also goes with sex and breeding. That also goes with guns, okay? And people are not paying attention, and we really have to stand up and start pushing back. It's hard to get this information out. Like I said, I get deplatformed all the time, okay? Because I try to do my best to speak the truth in a moderated way. I don't even say half the shit that I really want to say, okay? Y'all lucky I'm not on Rumble yet. When I get on Rumble, it's really going to be something. But here's the thing, right? Again, how much can we push back? How long can we push back? What can we do? What can we do? And again, it's going to boil down to us getting together and starting to vote. We have to get people out to vote in numbers. We got to push back against these democratic socialists. We got to push back against these socialists. We got to push back against these communist, Marxist, Maoists. We got to push back against all of this nonsense. We got to push back against these people in schools trying to teach you to sexualize your kids at really young ages. We got to push back against these people in schools that are teaching your kids that they can be dogs and cats. We got to push back against these people. No, TikTok is a Chinese spy thing, and I'm not even getting on TikTok. Fuck that. Fuck China. Fuck the CCP. I said what the fuck I said. Fuck them. Okay, I'm not gonna make it extra easy for them to track me and search my face and all this other stuff. You don't even know what TikTok does as far as your data information security. It's a very serious problem. Back to what I was talking about, made me lose track of my thought. What was I saying? I don't even remember. But the fact of the matter that we are where we are now means that we're gonna have to get pushed back against the ideology that's being taught. They want to teach your kids that they're Z, Zer, Zim. And it sounds crazy when I say it out of my mouth, but this is really the stuff that they're trying to push. Z, Zer, Zim. What the fuck does that even mean? I had some lady was talking about the other day. Her pronouns are he, she, they. You want to slap? What the fuck is wrong with you? He, she, and they? All of the above? You just got all the pronouns? Get out of town. Get out of town. Get out of town. Whatever, man. Whatever the hell you're talking about. Oh, if you're on FedBook, it doesn't even matter. Well, fuck you, okay? Because you're on the CCP book, so that doesn't matter. Even though it's being used to extra destroy our youth, at least we know who the fuck owns Facebook and what their intentions are, which none of them are good for us, okay? But we know that the CCP is running TikTok, okay? And that's a very serious issue, and it needs to be banned in the United States, and it's a serious fucking problem. Why don't you go get on Telegram or Signal or something else? Also, follow me on Telegram, okay? I don't know what my Telegram call sign is. Something. What is my Telegram thing? We broadcasting, streaming live on Telegram right now. What is it? It's the Marcus C. Williams channel. I don't know what the link is to it, but that's what the name is on there. The Marcus C. Williams channel. You find it. It's also on my website, Marcus for Rochester. If you go to the social media, you'll find my Telegram. But anyway, the fact of the matter is they're trying to teach your kids some crazy and insane stuff. There was this lady the other day. She says she identified as a dog, as a trans canine. She was having sex with dogs on OnlyFans, and she got in trouble for bestiality. They've just normalized bestiality all across the world in many other countries. There's one country, and I wanted to bring this up. There's just so much news going on all the time that I can't even keep up with it anymore. I can't remember it was a Western country too. They just legalized bestiality. It's crazy. It's insane. I can't even remember. I'll find out, and I'll probably do a post on it, and they probably try to take it down later anyway. So they're trying to legalize bestiality. It's out of control. It's out of control. Okay. They're trying to push all this pedophilia and stuff, and they're talking about, oh, well, Republicans don't want to raise the age for marriage and stuff like that. They don't want to raise the age for marriage, but you want to teach the kids in elementary school that they don't have to be a boy, and you want to teach them about anal and oral sex in elementary school, and people that don't want to change the age of marriage are the problem. If you're listening to these people, you're the problem. Okay, it's a problem. It's a very serious issue. What we've got going on is beyond fathoming. Okay, whatever the worst that you could imagine, possibly 25 times that, and then to the 12th power. Okay, and then we'll just start to get where things really are. That's where we are. We are almost beyond the point of no return. We must stand up. We must push back. We must fight, and don't give a fucking inch. Don't give an inch without a fight. This is what's going on. Again, I don't know how much longer they're going to let me continue to post stuff about that's important that's going on in the world. I don't know if they're going to shut down the fucking internet, because that's a whole nother conversation. Okay, because I'm sure that that's coming too. Okay, limitations of how much you can use the internet and stuff like that. Like Xbox has it where you can only be on there so long now. Xbox, you bought the Xbox to be on the Xbox, right? Be on the Xbox for 50 million years. If you want to be on the damn Xbox, how you going to tell me how not to use my $500 machine? Excuse the hell out of me. Give me my money back. What the fuck? So, but this just goes back into the power and control. And what's more so concerning, what you should really be paying attention to, is a subscription-based model that everything is going to. So when they say that you will own nothing and you'll be happy, when they continue these things with these subscriptions where you can't actually own anything, this is the problem. It's like super rent-a-center for everything, but you'll never be able to finish paying off everything. not even if you had all the money. This is a serious issue. People need to wake up. I don't know what else to say, you guys. I'm fucking fit to be tired. But really what makes me the most upset, I went out and I saw a play today. Excuse me. It was fantastic. Well done. Well, stage direction, great. Performers were very good. There were about 4 of the performers were exceedingly good in their roles. It was very, very good. I'm not going to talk about the play specifically because I've been cursing up a storm and talking about all types of stuff on this live stream tonight. But it was a good play. But as I sat there and I watched the play, I was also doing observational analysis of the humans around me. And as I'm observing people, like I see these couple of people with these masks on. Now I know most of these people done got those shots. Okay, this is another problem. Okay, because the shots are killing people. And you'll say, well, Marcus, it's not killing everybody, because it's not designed to kill everybody. Okay, it's not designed to kill everybody. That's number one. And number two, some people are going to be in the control group because guess what? This is still emergency use only. Do you know that in emergency use authorization for drugs that they can change up to, I believe it's 45% of the mixture inside that drug and still keep their authorization per lot, right? Like not just 1 or 2 times, per lot. I don't know what to tell y'all. Okay, don't get no more of them shots. Somebody told me that I said that before, and they were mad at me. They called me on the phone and said, "You're an anti-vaxxer." I didn't never tell nobody not to get nothing, but now I'm telling you, don't get that shit. Don't get it. Don't, because they're using it as a reason to genetically modify you, and in many cases, they're working to kill off a large portion of the population with it and to weaken them. Joe Biden didn't say that in the next 10 years, it's about 8 years now because he said it when he first got in office, that all of the hospital beds will be filled with dementia patients. He knew what the hell he was talking about. He just slipped up. Joe Biden's got so many bad days that dementia, when you talk about bad days, that's what I'm talking about. He's got dementia, talking about everybody else going to have dementia. All the hospital beds going to be filled with people with dementia. He got so much damn dementia, if he talks long enough, he'll slip up and tell the truth all the time. Joe Biden tells a lot of truth. Once they spin him up like a top, he just be letting all the truth go. And he tell you, go fuck yourself too. All the time. All the time. It's a very, very serious issue and a serious problem that we're experiencing right now. Okay? It's all planned. It's all coordinated. Okay, and people say, oh, well, you can't say that it's a conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy. Well, first of all, let's pause what a conspiracy theory is. Okay, first of all, conspiracy is a crime on both the state and the federal level in every jurisdiction of the United States of America. It's a crime. Go look it up. Okay, it's a serious crime. Now, let's say conspiracy theory. What is a conspiracy, first off? When 3 or more people gathered together to plan to do something, that's a conspiracy. Now, the concept is that they are planning to do stuff that will negatively impact others. And that's where they're like, oh, well, it's a theory. Well, here's the deal, right? How many conspiracy theories have you heard in the last 3 years? And all of them have come true. I'm going to tell you the latest conspiracy theory that just came true. It's the most outlandish conspiracy theory I have ever heard. So now, for the future of life, I just am not able to discount any one conspiracy theory ever. They just all might as well be true. There's this guy who's going around, he's talking about the birds aren't real. And I was like, dude, you're freaking outside your mind. And he said that it was a joke or whatever the case is, but it was gaining steam. And now, guess what? They're putting drones inside taxidermy animals. So, and birds especially. So now birds really aren't real. Not to mention that there's DOD and DARPA projects for exactly that. Okay, but that's a whole nother separate conversation. You know. And so birds aren't real now. So it's a real thing now. I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what you do with what you want with that information, right? Like the wackiest, most craziest conspiracy ever has come true. I know. Every conspiracy that I've ever heard in my whole life, in my whole existence has been true. Okay? And you'll say, well, what about QAnon? I never listened to QAnon. Them motherfuckers was a problem to begin with. And I tried to tell everybody because they were up there mixing real stuff that's really happening with fake stuff that was lies so that they could get people to hope and they'd believe that something else was going on so people wouldn't actually take action. That's what this whole video is about. I need y'all to fucking take action. Okay, that's why they did the whole QAnon thing, because they were like, oh, something else is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. Nobody is fucking coming to save us. We are the ones that are going to have to save ourselves, period. So if you don't get off your ass and you don't do the work, okay, everything is fucked and it's your fucking fault. Think of the children, right? Think of yourself. Think of the future. I don't know what to tell you. I do everything that I do my best to encourage you guys to get up and take action and do more and continue to push forward and continue to fight. But it's gotten to the point where there's almost nothing left that can be done. So it's all the more important that you get your ass up and do something. What should I do, Marcus? Again, the most immediate thing that you can do is try to join your local or town committee for your political party if you are registered as a party. Outside of that, if you are registered as a blank or something else, you need to work to get your people that are in your area to vote. You need to make sure people are registered to vote. You need to make sure that you get them out to vote and that you tell them how they should vote and why they should vote that way, and explain to them that they don't have to vote all one row. They can vote off their row for other people that they want to vote for, because people do not know. This is a very serious issue. This is to our detriment, especially in New York State, because they've been taught for the last couple decades, just vote all row A, vote all row A. And that's the problem why we are here in the situation that we're in New York right now today, because they kept voting all row A. It's a problem. Some people don't. But then the Republicans, again, that's another issue. Some of them just vote all row B. Now, I got to be honest, in general, the Republicans are better than the Democrats in New York State as far as policy-wise goes. But you should never just vote all one row without knowing who you're voting for. Again, I'm with you, Sean. Vote different, vote row B. Okay? That's what you need to do. But even if you're a Democrat, you can vote on row B. You can vote for a Republican. Okay? So the primary is going to be down the line, and then in November is going to be the general election. That's when everybody's really going to need to come out. People, if there is a primary in your area, definitely go out and vote in the primary too. But you need to get involved with your neighbors. You need to get involved with your local council. You need to figure out, start going to these damn school board meetings. You need to go to city council board meetings, whatever you do. And if you're not able to do it, you need to talk to a friend and have them do whatever it is that you can't. Get a group of friends together and everybody work on a little bit of stuff so that we can start chipping away at this monstrosity that is being built and erected. Because if we don't, nobody else is going to do it. Again, nobody is coming to save us. Nobody is coming to the sky to save us. It's not happening. And if you are a believer and you tell me that bullshit, I'm going to call bullshit. Because if you read the Bible, it legitimately tells you that that's not happening. So if you're a New Testament person, the Bible says that's not happening all through the New Testament, but especially in Revelations. And then you got the whole thing where the Lord only helps those who help themselves. That's what it says in the Bible. What does it say? It says faith without works is dead, right? Isn't that they're saying? It's out of control. It's out of control. Yes, you should pray. Yes, you should have faith. Yes, you should have hope. But you also need to get your ass up off the goddamn couch, get your ass out of your fucking cell phone, and go fucking do some shit that's going to actually benefit us as far as the election process goes, as far as monitoring these damn people in these school boards and in these school classrooms and seeing what's being taught, as far as the Board of Elections goes, as far as these damn county ledge people go, as far as all of this stuff goes. I don't know what to tell you, you guys. I really, really wish the best. But I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to speak on this stuff, and I'm gonna be able to speak openly. And I guarantee you, I ain't said half of this stuff that I really need to say. They're coming for all the farms. They're coming for all the food. They're coming for all the clean water resources and accessibility. They're trying to put all these smart meters in people's homes so they can automatically shut off your freaking electricity whenever they feel like it, or if they're saying if it's in a high demand, whatever the hell that means, they can shut off your electricity because it's going to save the environment, whatever the fuck that means. Okay, y'all better watch out. You better wake up. You better start paying attention, and invite your friends to like and share my stuff. Also join my page, like and fellowship. Okay, you guys, what'd you say here? All the warehouses and factory. Yeah, Sean, I talked about that earlier. It's oh, speaking of which, before I hop off of here, let's hop on those factories and warehouses. Okay, I believe with the factories and warehouses, if you look at what they manufacture right now, alloys, metal, and all this other stuff, you got to think about what those factories can be used for. Those factories can be what do you call them? Basically revised. It's another word. It's in my head. I'm pissed off and it's late and I'm hot. All this stuff. Anyway, but basically you can rework the factory so that they can be able to produce arms, right? Like firearms. Okay, if we were to need that, but mysteriously they're all destroyed. So you could use them to create weapons. Why would the government want places that you're able to create weapons? They wouldn't want you to be able to create weapons and push back against them because they know that they ain't right. And they know that the people that are in office aren't paying attention on a large scale. But you guys, please push back, fight back. We've got to join together. We need unity. All across the parties, they divide us by party, gender, sex, whatever. We need to unite because they're coming for all of us in general. They're coming for every single human, every single baby. That's why they started to give out these things and to putting them in people. Like, you guys got to really pay attention to what the hell's going on. Like, I know y'all know what's going on, but many of y'all out there don't want to admit to yourself what's actually going on. Listen, I got to take my ass to bed. I got to wake up early. I got stuff to get done. You guys, stand up, speak up, and don't shut up. Take action. Be blessed. Be well. Share this with your friends. Share it with your family. Share it with everybody. Like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. And yes, Sean, you said it. Buy more ammo. Speaking of which, I wish I had the Buy More Ammo shirt on here. I'm going to drop that link in there later. But we have a shirt on the website. The website is up in the top left-hand corner. The screen has got the QR code. If you go to the website, we got Buy More Ammo shirts available for you. Okay, you guys, be blessed, be well. I'll catch you later. Peace.